Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl J now. Here to recap the four fights that I saw of UFC 117. Yeah, from now on, I'm not gonna wait to go to the bar with anybody else because I'm tired of people flaking out. Bruce, calling out you. Next time I'm just gonna go by myself. So I saw the four fights that I could get off the internet, basically. The first one was Roy Nelson and Junior Dos Santos, which wasn't as boring as usual because Roy could not take him down. Period. Junior Santos Dos Santos won the fight. He. My computer's being all stupid. It's not recording. Apologize for that video. Keeps stopping. Anyway, try to get through this. He was chasing Junior around the ring, literally, and he was backpedaling the leverage. He just could not take him down. And meanwhile, Junior was just tagging him the whole time. Vicious uppercuts. There was one point where he was just tagging off, teeing off on him, left, rights, everything, hooks, jabs. I mean, occasional kicks, occasional knees, grab the head, occasional knees, and just tagging Roy throughout the entire fight, all 3 rounds. The fight went all 3 rounds. Junior Dos Santos did win. He could not finish Roy, and apparently he's used to finishing all of his opponents, so he could not finish it. Roy did get a little winded towards the end, but he definitely proved that he could take a shot because he was taking big shots the whole fight, but he lost. The other fight that I saw was John Fitch and Thiago Alves. They've actually fought before. This was their rematch. And John Fitch won the last one, and John Fitch won this one. Again, like I said, he's a working man's fighter. No real like like outstanding athletic ability. He like kind of had to work to get where he was. He's not super duper strong, but his mechanics are right. Therefore, he gets the same effect and leverage and everything. And so he's a working man's fighter. He worked to get that good. He's won the last like 21 out of 22 fights. He's fighting very good. He's looking very good. Anyway, basically, he took Thiago down and beat him up on the ground for all 3 rounds. The third round, with some good slams though, especially in the first round. We actually had some two-handed up in the air type slams with the legs flying and the wee that type of thing. So so it was pretty exciting, especially that first round. Like I said, the legs in the air, the wee slams, the exciting slams. So the third round was Thiago Alves' best round. He kind of kept it standing a little bit, landed a couple shots, but he eventually, like I said, lost the fight. Uh, oh, now John Fitch is actually in line to fight George St. Pierre, and I think it'd be a good fight. However, GSP is my favorite fighter. I've watched him since his first fight in the UFC, and I just will never go against him. I love him. He's my favorite fighter. He works so hard to get where he is, and he's so well rounded. So well rounded. The wrestling plus the kick. He was a Canadian kickboxing champion before he started in the UFC. Uh, he trains with the best. It's just amazing. So anyway, can't go against him. But John Fitch is good. Then we have another welterweight, the Matt Hughes Almeida fight. And Matt Hughes looks awesome. He's in the Hall of Fame, so he's definitely a vet, but he looks like he's got his second wind back. Like, man, he's so strong. This fight lasted about a minute and some change. Um, he didn't even get the kid down. He got the kid. They felt each other out for about a little under a minute, and then he got him in a front headlock on the ground. A front headlock with his left arm had the kid Almeida's head and his left arm here, with his head on the other side of the kid's shoulder, and he choked him out like this. All he had underneath there was the forearm, and he had a hold of his own hand, and like I said, the kid's arm and the head here, and he used his head against the shoulder. So it's basically all arm strength. Like he like G'd out that choke. It was like, choke. Because there wasn't a name for it. The announcers, the commentators didn't give a name for it. I've never seen anyone get choked out like this. It was a front headlock, pure strength. He just, like I said, he G'd that choke out of him. Just choked him all the way out. Put the kid to sleep, flat on the ground. The kid was out. I mean, Matt Hughes looks great. He looks great. And him and the GSPs have fought 3 times. He won one and GSP won the other two. But if he keeps beating people like this, eventually they're going to fight again. So, hey, have at it. And then the main event, of course, I made sure to see the main event. Anderson Silva and Chael Sonnen. And I want to get his name right because he's really good. He whooped Anderson's ass for 4.5 rounds. I mean, my prediction was Anderson's going to win, hopefully in an interesting fight. And by gone it, Anderson Silva won in a very interesting fight. He lost the whole fight. He was losing the entire fight. The first round, they're filling each other out. Chael hits him with the left hook, stumbles him. He gets his composure back. They're feeling each other out again. Chael gets him with another left hook, stumbles him. Then Anderson's kind of walking around with his hands down there for a second. Chael gets him with the two-piece, clock, takes him down. Raining shots on him from inside the guard, half guard, just any position he could. He was even standing up, raining shots down on Anderson while Anderson was on his back. Connecting, hard shots, medium shots. Just working him on the ground. Kept him on the ground the whole first round. Second round. Gets him back down on the ground again. And then Anderson's trying to hold him for a second, trying to either get it stood back up or, try to get out of that position. And Chael has shoulder shots for him, banging his head up against, picking up and banging his head up against the mat and just beating him up on the ground for 4.5 rounds. Whooped Anderson's ass. I've never seen him in this kind of trouble. I saw him lost 1 round to Dan Henderson. And he got pissed off in the second round, came out and whooped Dan's ass. Did not do this to Chael. I don't know. I don't think he took him lightly. He might just be so used to easy fights that, he just really hasn't had a challenge in a while. He usually toys with his opponents for the whole fight, and it's rather boring, and it's almost kind of disrespectful in a way. It's like, just whoop his ass. If you're that much better, just whoop his ass, put him out of his misery. But Chael, 4.5 rounds. So 5th round comes wrong. Anderson's doing pretty good. He could land some shots on the feet. You can never count out Anderson Silva. Anyway, Chael does get him. Chael does get him down again, and then Anderson's knees creeping because he's in the full guard. Anderson's knees creeping, so he's about to go for something. Arm something. Gets him in the triangle choke. Now he gets him in the triangle choke, so Chael starts to try to defend. So he gets up on his feet and goes to roll back because goes to roll back. Anderson stays with them, goes forward a little bit, then rolls over to the side. Now, to me, it looked like Chael just had a slight moment of weakness, and he changed his mind. Because the way he tapped, it was after the ref called the fight, he was like, "No, I didn't tap," but he did tap, but it was so light, you could tell he had an outer body experience, like his subconscious said, "We're done." Because Anderson rolled over to the side with the choke, his face went all red, and then it was like a little hesitant, and then he went tap on Anderson's leg. It was a light tap, it was only one tap, but it was a tap. Now, had it been his own leg or his own arm, maybe the ref wouldn't have called it, but the ref was right there. He was right there to see all the action. And like I said, it was one little hesitant, and then it was like his subconscious was like, "Oh, it's over." Then he was like, "No, man up." But before he could be like, "No, man up," the hand had already tapped on Anderson's leg. So it was a very light tap. It was like I said, to me, it felt like, just that moment, little moment, he lost that fight. But great fight. Never thought I'd see Anderson in trouble like that. It was great to see. It was great to see Anderson get his ass whooped. It was interesting. But yeah, so it's a pretty good event from all I can see from the 4 fights I saw. Like I said, I know Clay Guida won too. I'm gonna try to catch his fight. All the places that I looked, they didn't have his, so I'm gonna try to catch his fight. And the next 118 is the rematch with Penn fight. BJ Penn rematch. BJ Penn, he lost his belt, so let's see if he really trains. Because the only thing with BJ is he's got all the talent in the world. All the talent that you could possibly ask for as a fighter. Athletic, he's flexible, everything. He's just lazy. He doesn't train as hard sometimes, admittedly. Sometimes he comes in a little sloppy, a little out of shape, and that's his only downfall. Other than that, he is fantastic, magnificent fighter. So we'll see. Since he lost his belt, we'll see. I'm real anxious to see how he comes in this next fight. Um, yeah, but I'll give my predictions for that a little later down the line. Good event, and Anderson Silva won in a very interesting fight. Ladies, make your own money, sign your own checks.